Blog Talk Radio. Hello and good evening to Andy N and myself. He's a co-host.
Hey guys. How are you today, Colleen? You want to tell everybody why we're a few moments late today?
Yeah, we're really late today because I was doing some filming for a short film. But, I need to admit for a nature conservation site that I know they're going to be holding like an event, and that will be done in October. So it was very short notice, but I managed to get that. Now also, I know Andy N is going to be uploading my podcast because I was a listener with Blog Talk Radio since 2011. So I finished the podcasting in 2010. But I just wanted to listen in. That's why I registered as a listener. But because, you've been co-hosting, so that's always happened. But when you weren't co-hosting, because, I didn't have a guest, then I used to just do, literary readings and general discussions. And that's with the other podcast that I've got on Blog Talk Radio. That's what I'll be doing there, and then I know you'll be uploading it to your site, which means that also when I have our cafe road shows, you'll be also invited to do things for it as well. So that's how it's going to work here. And you said you've been very busy with your podcasts, and you
it never ends.
What have you been doing with the podcast?
Right, yeah, sure, yeah. Right, well, I'm also this past week been mostly getting the books ready. I'm reading for my podcast to do with Amanda, reading in bed, because we're going to be doing the next one of that in about a week and a half's time. Probably next week, I'm due to meet up with my friend Michael. We're doing on the Comics Unity podcast as well. But I've been really busy with Spoken Label at the moment, my interview podcast, because when I was off 2 weeks ago, I ended up doing about 15 interviews over about 2 weeks, basically, 1 or 2 a day. So I've been getting everything ready on that.
Right. I think there was a few questions I also wanted to ask you. Okay, so the first one is, I'm going to start off with the first part of a sentence, and then you can finish it. I just want to see how good your poetic thoughts are, because we were talking last week about writer's block, and I think you personally, it flows with you. I think you have a lot of ideas, and no matter what day it is or what time, or even every day, I think you have an idea. So the first one is, on Saturday, I was down the shopping centre.
Mm-hmm.
And then you finish the sentence.
Okay.
As a poem. So you can do a poem.
I'm thinking a second of a break at the beginning. Sorry a second. I was down at the shopping centre on Saturday, and I bought a bag of donuts.
So do you want me to carry on? So then...
Go off.
Then I saw an amazing sight.
Of an even bigger bag of donuts.
And the donuts were made in America.
And they were full of red, white sugar.
And candy topping.
And also, were also going to be covered in delicious white crust.
Yes, and it all went down with a good, nice cup of tea.
And in my case, a glass of brandy.
Glass of brandy. What type? Do you have a special type? Like
Napoleon.
What makes it so special? Because I think I've heard of that.
It's just a common Napoleon. I'm not really a massive drinker now, but what I do like a couple of tablets. Everyone knows me outside. But there's nothing I do like having a good glass of that, like stuff for brandy sometimes. It is a glass now rather than a painting one.
Well, don't forget, there's big signs everywhere, and it says, let's prepare ourselves for Brexit, and that's on the 31st of October. What? Yeah. What? Are you Are you going to be out drinking or drowning your sorrows?
Well, that's probably the good news, but that's what. But I don't really want to go into too much in the job I do, but I'm personally not. I've got mixed feelings about it. Truth be told, you. I think I'm not 100% convinced to do it.
I know, Andy, that's the thing, isn't it? We just don't know what's going to happen because, well, before Brexit, I remember that I had fish and chips on special days, and and we had Bernie Inn, and we had all those different steakhouses that I thought were foreign. I thought they were foreign.
Oh yeah.
And then you know what? I don't see them anymore now. So I thought, like on the day that on a day that you feel really, really like just having something different because you've worked all week, and you go to Bernie Inn, and it just really makes a big difference.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, completely with that. Yeah, completely.
And I remember the red telephone boxes, you see, those are the things I remember about Britain and fish and chips and just, well, I still do that. I still go locally and just get something from a place that's similar to Woolworths. And I won't go anywhere else.
Same for me, because where I live, I've got a chip shop. Literally, I live in a nice little apartment too, and as soon as I leave the apartment, I could turn left and go to this chip shop. It's about a 2-minute walk. That's been there for 35 years.
So, Andy, tell me, do you know what a saveloy is?
A what?
A saveloy.
I've got no clue. Sorry.
You don't know what a saveloy is?
No, I don't have a clue what that is. No, you've lost me on that one.
Then you are officially posh.
Oh, well, I didn't know that one. I'm not officially posh.
You are. Because apparently there was this star fashion series, and they were asking their staff, this fashion magazine were asking their staff, do you know what a saveloy is? And some knew and some didn't. And the person said, if you don't know what a saveloy is, that means you're officially posh. And if you do know what a saveloy is, then you aren't posh.
Oh, well, I'm posh then. And anyone knows me would have put me down as posh, but I've never heard of it.
A saveloy is a sausage, that you get in a fish and chip shop.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, sure, no. Typical me, that. And anybody on my blonde on the blonde one, since I've got brown hair. So.
No, listen. You secretly, you are very posh, sir. You don't want to admit it.
No, I think I'm deep down. I might be posh, but I'm just me. That's the best way of looking at it. So, what's your two rest of the week, Lena? What have we got coming up this week then? So
now I've still got to finish this formatting of this book because it's a very, very difficult thing. It's for Kindle. It's a very, very different format to what you would do for a paperback. And for the paperback, you've got to do a book cover. And no matter how hard I try, I just can't get the size of the book cover right. So it has to be amended, and I have to be in contact with the department that deals with it, and it just takes forever.
Yeah, then, understandable. Hopefully next week when we speak, I'll be able to announce the book cover in the department.
So,
got a date for that yet, so that's on the way.
Right, so is it something that's going to be available in the bookshops?
Yes, it will be. Certainly will be, yes. The book itself, I can reveal it now, please. We're just trying to take a better format. Like you're having problems, we're having problems. We've got a book that's, we've done a book together over the summer called Run Away With Me in 7 Words.
Oh, right.
And what happened there was, Amanda wrote a poem literally in 7 words, and unknown to her, I wrote a response to it. And it became a sequence, and we ended up book 7 of it. So that's what pages. So.
That's a really good idea, Andy. I'm looking forward to reading it. So
It's come out really well, actually. Considering I wasn't sure how it was going to go, and what we were doing was we were like 7 words, right? Because unlike a line, passing it back to the next young person to carry on. And what we were doing sometimes was fun. We were trying to drive as difficult as we could for each other.
We've got 90 seconds left, and just wanted to say before I'll end the show, but you can carry on. Just want to say thank you for listening. Please tune in next week for another riveting discussion, 15 minutes of discussion with Andy N, the co-host, and myself. And it's over to you, Andy.
Well done. I've got 60 seconds to go. Okay, well, booking sales, like I said to you, probably in October, so keep your eyes open, guys. But we'll have more details next week, and I can reveal much more of it. And hopefully, Colleen, you can reveal more about your book as well, and hopefully you have a news yourself on it.
Yeah, well, it's basically finished. It's just you're having to format it all so that it fits in with, Amazon's requirements. And once that's done, then it can just go on there, and then that will be available in the ebook form. Then I've got this film that I've just done today, and I've just got to edit it and then send it off to the nature website. And we'll be having a festival. And okay,
right.
10 seconds.
Go, guys.
Yeah, we'll see you next week, and please tune in, and don't forget to read some poetry and just be inspired. Thank you. Good night.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you soon. Bye.